with Jamerica Life, and I have some tomato plants here that I need to up pot. So I decided to go live instead of making a video about it, because by the time you get the video, these will be in the ground. This week is supposed to drop in temperature. So putting your if you're on the East Coast or even in Texas, like I am, the temperature and the wind chill factor is going to be bad by the end of the week. They say it's already dropped about 20 degrees. So I am not going to plant any nightshades outside. What I am planting is the brassicas that are established. Hello, Tapped In Enjoy Gardening. How you doing? I know it's late. It's about 11 o'clock at night. I am a night owl, by the way. I wake up early and then I go to bed super late. But I wanted to do a live because I planted my tomato plants in these trays. And these are the trays that you get from the supermarket. I just get them for free. When people buy their seedlings, these trays are left over and they give them to me. I asked them, can I have them? They were like, take as many as you want, all the time, every store. So I don't buy seedling trays, but my tomato plants, because it's getting cold and they're getting big, they're starting to flop over. Now, tomato plants, they have these little spines on it. So you can deep bury or you can deep plant tomato plants and they'll develop more roots on the stem. So because look at this. This is how it was laying when I went outside. And the soil on this is super cold, super cold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deep plant it. And I have my soil right here on a bucket with a little shovel. And I'm gonna get these things standing back up again. I don't know how many I have, but I'm going to get all the big ones, all the ones that are falling over, and plant them. So I did put some tomato plants out, and this is a live, that video hasn't come out yet. However, yes, it did. It came out today. However, I might have to go out there and cover them, depending on how far or the temperature drops. So this video is basically on upplanting your tomato seedlings, especially when you need to keep them for a longer period of time. If they're starting to lay down like these are, look at that. They're laying down. You got to replant them. The roots are coming out. They're toppling over, so I don't really have a choice. Tapped In Enjoy Gardening. Yes, I was sleepy earlier and now I can't go to sleep. I don't fall asleep till like 2, and then I wake up when the sun comes up, and then I'm like a little sleepy, and I'll watch TV, I'll watch some YouTube, and then drink my coffee, and then I pop up around 9 o'clock and start messing with the chickens and planting my whatever I need to plant. I mostly plant trees now. I did, however, plant some of these tomato plants. I planted 7 of them, so they look like they're fun. It seems that when you plant stuff in the ground, it doesn't, it's stronger. It lasts longer. But if you have it in one of these little seedling trays or in a big pot, it's usually fine. I'm going to still keep this inside because I don't trust it. But for the little things, for the little trays, that seedling trays, don't leave those out. Don't leave them out. So we'll see. I might have to throw a sheet over my tomatoes with some little sticks or something to hold it up. But I don't think so. I think they'll be fine. As long as it doesn't freeze, they should be fine. Plus, I have a lot of them, so I can recover. I don't have to replant these. I do have to replant my not my cherry tomatoes, my spoon tomatoes, because they all passed away. They all passed away. They dampened off. So I'm so used to using my hand. I got my little shovel here, and I'm using my hand anyway. I'm fussing at myself. So because I'm deep planting these, the stem It's going to become a root basically. And I know now it won't flop over for a while because these are bigger, way bigger pots. I don't know. I think these are the 4-inch Bootstrap Farmer pots. So they could stay in here for a long time until I'm sure that we're not going to have another freeze. Growing my own, how are you doing? Good night to you too. I'm on my second tomato plant. I was saying that my tomato plants were flopping over. They're laying down because I had them outside. I forgot, I forgot to bring them in tonight. I usually put them outside because I'm trying to harden them off, but it's gotten cold. And there's a cold, we're going to get bad weather. That's what the weatherman said. We're going to get bad weather across the country this week coming. So all this good weather and hot weather that we've been getting, it's going to drop. Somebody warned me. They were like, don't do it, Jamerica. Don't put anything in the ground. As I said, I mostly put in brassicas, and brassicas like cold weather. It's the hot weather that the brassicas can't take. It's the hot weather that the brassicas can't take. It's the hot weather that make them bolt. And I have brassicas that are bolting right now. And I'm going to initially I was going to pull them out. I was going back and forth in my mind about it. Initially, I was going to pull those broccolis out. I did a short on it. I'm not pulling them out. They're going to seed, and I'm going to collect the seed pods, and I'm going to use the seed next year. So I don't have to buy anymore. My turnips are also going to seed. So that's like a 3-for-1. You can eat the leaves of the turnips. You can eat the root of the you can eat the root of the turnip, and if it goes to seed like mine are, I'm shoveling it off into the bucket. Bucket's right there. You can collect the seeds. So I think I have a lot of turnip seeds, but I could always use more. So the turnips are also flowering. G Mama grows hard in the garden. How are you doing? Good night to you. How are you doing? It's a late night planting because I saw my tomato plants laying down. And they're not supposed to be laying down. So they're getting repotted tonight. This is emergency planting. Emergency. I need to move my bucket out a little bit because I'm always making a mess. Every time I plant, no matter what I do, I always sprinkle some dirt on the floor. That's all right. As long as I save my tomato plants, that's all that matters to me. I'm on my number 3. I know they don't look beautiful, but they're mine. Actually, they look just like the ones I saw in the big box stores. They seem to have come down on their prices a little bit. Because I remember when they were selling those plants for like $6. What did you say? G Mama grows hard in the garden. I'm okay, thanks. Those are nice pots. Bootstrap Farmer. I'm not an affiliate, but these pots, I have the little ones. These pots are awesome. They're well made. And I like the colors. I got multiple colors. I got blue. I got some orange over there. I got pink on the other side. I didn't want to use the pink because the pink gets too dirty. But yeah, these are, I like them. I like them. They're worth every penny. They're not expensive. They're priced just right to me. They're priced just right. I forget how much I paid for them. But I didn't feel like I was being robbed, especially since I know the quality of the pot. Initially, when I first bought them, I was, a little skeptical about what they were gonna be, because they're not cheap, but they're not overpriced either. But when they came in, I was like, oh my God, this is a quality pot that I don't have to worry about falling apart every couple of years or every year, having to buy new pots. I have had pots that, like from the Dollar Tree, that have fell apart. Mike's Chaotic Garden, how you doing? Hi, I'm so happy you're here. I'm upplanting my tomato plants because they have overgrown their stay in these little pods and they started toppling over. Plus, it's about 40 degrees outside. I know to some people 40 degrees is not bad, But for Texas, seeing as it was 80 degrees about 2 days ago, that's a huge drop. So I went out there and I was like, oh my gosh, I saw them laying down. That's never good. And I had to bring them in. And then I was like, well, I could do a video on it. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do a live. I like doing lives. And I need to start doing more of them. I do this all the time. And videos are, I think lives, if you have all the things that you need in front of you and you're organized and you think you can do it, just go ahead and try it, because lives are actually easier than editing some of the stuff. Now lives, they take longer because you're in actual time, but it does show that you're actually doing the work and you're not just, having somebody else dig the hole for you and then you put you pretend to put it in the ground or something. I know most of my videos show it, but there are people who edit out all of the fluff and they just give you the meat, and I believe in showing everybody as much as about it. I do cut out quite a bit when I'm putting out a video. Sometimes I cut out at least an hour because I cut out all the bloopers. So going live, you're just going to have bloopers. You're going to be you. Whoever you are. Yes, I heard someone talking about it today, and I guess it does take a little bit of guts, because initially I was like, oh gosh, the first time I did it, I was worried about the angle and all this other stuff. But the more I do it, the more comfortable I become in doing lives. And I'm getting to know you guys well, because I see the same people over and over again most of the time. I get a few people come in that are new, but most of the names I see are from the other YouTubers that I visit. I know you guys from other YouTube channels, so thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you guys. So I was saying that you can deep plant tomato plants because they develop roots on the stems. So if they're toppling over, just bury them deep and the stem becomes a root. Becomes a root, and you'll have a nice strong plant again, and it won't be flopping over. Flopping over is never good. Now these are standing up. No, it's not. I propped one up on the other one. So see that? See how that one's falling over? Let me move this over so you have to see what I'm talking about. A lot of them were laying straight down just a few minutes ago. So see that one? This one right here? See how it's laying down? You don't want that. That's not a good sign. That's a sign that the plant is struggling and the roots got super cold out there. And the plant is probably getting ready to go into shock. Tomato plants are resilient though, so I'm not too worried about it. Plus I have at least, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I have 4 over here planted. So, and then I have 7 outside that are planted and a couple in the greenhouse. So I have a bunch of tomato plants, but I don't want to lose any of them because I planted these for a reason, because I wanted them. Mike's Chaotic, let me see, what did I miss? It's 40, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Okay, what size? Okay, let me go back up. I'm sorry, I have to go back up. G-Mama grows G-Mama grows hard in the garden. What size are they? I like the colorful pots. So this is Bootstrap Farmer, and I believe this is the 4-inch pots. This is actually bigger than I wanted, but I'm glad I got them. I'm very glad I got them. And then I have the real tiny ones. Don't get the little tiny ones because they're very small. Go ahead and get something bigger than the smallest size that they have. Go one size up from the smallest size, because I did that. And they're about the same size as these seedling trays, That's why I didn't put the tomato, this thing is stuck. That's why I didn't put them in there, because I was like, well, I might as well put them in these trays because it's about the same amount of room. But this one, I'm glad I got these because these tomato plants needed this size for sure. See that? He's laying over. So let me see what else. What else did I miss? I can't be a night tapped in, enjoy gardening. So yes, I can't be a night owl. I have to be at work at 7 a.m. But by the way, we have a freeze warning tonight here in Georgia, and you're gonna get some more rain from what I heard. This is some wacky, I know, but it happened last year. Last year it did the same thing, except last year it freezed here in Texas. And last year I was in zone 8B. This year I'm in zone 9A. And man, I think it froze in April. We had 2 or 3 freezes. Man, it almost killed a lot of my citrus trees. Last year I didn't cover them up. And that was a mistake. They were all brown. It knocked them all the way to the ground, and then they came back up. So if you have citrus trees and they get hit by a freeze, not for a short period of time, that is, leave them there because they'll probably come back up. Let's see. Let me see. That's high. G Mama grows high. Let me see. Growing my own. I was outside in the sun 2 days ago sowing seeds, and today I started sowing again. It started snowing again. Oh, well, maybe they didn't germinate. Maybe they might not have germinated yet. So you can cold sow. I have a video on cold sow. I didn't know I had spinach. I was like, getting irritated because I must have had a desperate moment, and I threw some spinach seeds into a cement tray outside in the cold, probably months ago, because I don't remember doing it. And I kept on looking at the tray, and I had a packet. Apparently, I had planted some cabbage in there, and there was a packet laid on top that says cabbage. But I keep looking at these plants, and I'm like, that doesn't look like cabbage. It doesn't look like cabbage. Man, I got my Google phone, took a picture, and it says spinach. That was a happy day. I think that was 2 days ago. You take these little side things off. See what else is going on in the chat. G Mama grows hard in the garden. What size are they? I like the colorful pots. Bootstrap Farmer, and I believe it's 4 inches. I already answered that question. Mike's Catered Garden, it's 43 right now. I don't know what the temperature is here, but it is cold. You see I have my sweatshirt on? Mike's Catered Garden, this weather is crazy. Growing my own. Hi, G Mama. Let me see. Mike's Catered Garden, normally 20s to 30s here till April. You must be up north. You are up north. Michigan, where are you? What grow zone? Because that sounds like where I come from. You see my sweatshirt, right? That's where I'm originally from, New York City. And it's still cold there. G Mama grows hard in the garden. It's 35 here at Mike, and it snowed today. Wow. Wow. Mike's Catered Garden. It was 50 here, G Mama. 60 tomorrow. Wow. Mike's Catered Garden. We always get surprised with the April blizzard. Jesus Christ. I haven't been. I think it snowed here once in 20 years. I haven't seen snow. We have ice. Ice we have. But snow, I've only had. I didn't mean to do that. Ice we have, but snow we get it very rarely, and I'm in the Austin area. And if we have freezing temperatures or snow, they shut everything down. We don't go to work. They shut the highways down because our highways in Austin, you know how New York has tunnels and they have guardrails and their bridges are actually bridges with steel on the side. Well, our bridges are not like that. There's nothing to stop you except a little barrier from going, over the side. So after a couple of people years ago, I think a couple of people slipped. Their cars slipped or trucks flipped off of those bridges, and they just shut the city down. They do not take any chances. And Texas does not salt its roads. So New York salts its road. That's why everybody's car gets all, ate up. But Texas doesn't salt the roads. So it's slippery. We've had snow once in about 20 years here in the Austin area. Hi, Texas Lala. How you doing? Let me see if I missed anything. I remember that, Jamerica, the freeze killed our pears and peach block. Yeah. It killed it tried to kill my lemon and lime trees. All of my Myers lemon got knocked completely down. I have a video on it. I had just started YouTube, and I was telling everybody, I said, look at this, because they were brown. This year it got knocked back a little bit, but I covered most of them well. Even if with you can cover it with as much as you can cover it with a 5-gallon bucket. That worked. As long as the wind doesn't hit it. I think it's the wind that does it. Same thing with these. But I ran outside and got my stuff. And I pulled all my little tropical stuff and threw it in that greenhouse. That greenhouse looks like a warehouse. You can't even walk in there right now. Everything is in there. I put as much stuff as possible in there. The only thing I think I left out was those citrus trees that I put in those big, the calamundins. They're still out. And, of course, the stuff that's still in the ground. And the brassicas. The brassicas, I left them out. Brassicas like cold weather. Let's see. Wow, those look like 6-inch pots from here. Man, really? Let me look. You might be right. I'm gonna look at the receipt from Bootstrap Farmer, and I'll put it in the description what type of pots I ordered so that you'll have it. I don't remember. They're probably 6. Maybe they are 6-inch. I don't know. I thought I ordered 4, but they do look like 6. So here we are, making a mess as usual. Cannot keep this place clean. Ah, man, I thought about buying a tough shed and for a place to grow. But I was like, first of all, I have the chicken coop is a tough shed, and then I have another shed. I have 2 sheds over here, and then I have the gazebo, and I just don't want a bunch of sheds on the backyard. Plus, where am I gonna put it? I got trees everywhere. So, because I make a mess in this house every day. Every day. Let's see. I wish I had a mud room. That would have been nice. I remember. Okay, I got that. Sorry, I meant to say. Oh, I understand growing my own. It's snowing. I might have said it wrong. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:11 right now. 11:11. I'm almost done. I got 2 more, and I'm running out of pots. The ones over there are super small, and they're still standing up, although they look kind of raggedy, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I just probably need to water them. So far, we have 2, 4, 8 of them done. I got 2 more pots here, and I have 2 more plants here. So, perfect. Perfect! Man. And the soil I'm using is Texas native soil. I've been using this for years. Sometimes, like in the springtime, you can't find this stuff. People buy it up. It's cheaper than Miracle Grow, and it's basically what Austin comes and collects our we have recycle, and then we have compost, you know, leaves and stuff that we turn in. I don't turn in my leaves anymore. They sell it back to us. They put it in a big pile over there near the because I've been to where Dillo dirt is made. They take it out there near the airport on 937 or something. I forget what highway it is. It starts with a 9. And they let it sit there until it composts. And they turn it over, and I think they heat it up, and then they sell it back to us. Tapped in, enjoy gardening. So yes, have a great evening, everyone. You have a good evening also, and I appreciate you being here with us. Yeah, so they send it, they sell it back to us. So now, because I know this, right, and because I've been spending so much money on this stuff, because I have these seedlings, I don't turn in my leaves anymore. Move this plant in front of my face. I don't turn in my leaves anymore. First of all, I put it in my chicken coop and let them do what they do. Chickens will scrape that stuff down and spread it out and turn it into compost for you. They'll break down the leaves for you. So that's what I've been doing. My the guy who comes and does the lawn, he blows all the leaves and puts them in the bin for me, and then he puts it in the backyard. Apparently he knows now that I don't put it out anymore. I put the bin, the recycle bin or the compost bin, on the side of the house, not in the front where I put everything else, or on the side where I put everything else. I put it in the backyard. And he goes and gets it and he leaves it there. And I drag the thing every Monday he does that, or every other Monday he does it when there's a lot of leaves. I drag it over here and I toss it into the chicken coop, because I'm gonna use it for my garden. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money for stuff. You're basically buying back your own stuff. They're just using you. They're charging you for a service for collecting that stuff, and then they sell it back to you a year later. So I appreciate them doing that, but now that I know how, I know how to make compost. I know what it is. It's just deteriorated stuff and paying for my own leaves. It's, I guess they have to pay the people to do it, but my chickens could do it now. My chickens do the exact same thing. Break it down. So I'm on my last one. Yay! Because the other ones don't need to be replanted. They're fine. The other tray does not need to be replanted. And another thing with these tomato plants is that I am going to try the Kratky method, or the kind method, which is hydroponics. Yeah, I'm gonna try the Kratky method, hydroponics. This is gonna be my first try. That's why I have these 5-gallon buckets I bought them from Tractor Supply, but I will get them from everywhere. Used to be able to get them from Walmart, but they don't want to sell them anymore, because Walmart will sell buckets. Because their bakery, they use the buckets to make their cakes. And they were $1. They have a SKU for it. So if you, I don't know, mine is just acting funny. I think that somebody that works in the bakery actually wanted those buckets, but they have a SKU for it. You could buy those 5-gallon pails just like these for $1 at Walmart. They don't sell it to you. They don't have it for free, but they have a barcode and everything. They just give it to you with the lid and everything. I used to get them during the lockdown, when I was buying stuff in bulk, because I didn't want to go to the store. I was afraid. All right, so here we are. Let me show you what we've done. That's 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's stuck. It's still falling down. I'm gonna put more soil in this one. Seven. Stand up, sweetie. 8. They want to touch each other. 8, 9, and 10. We're done. Let me move these out in front of my face. So, if your tomato plants are toppling over, deep pot them. Bury the stem. They'll be just fine. You can also stick them in some water and root them that way. Well, they're already rooted, so I guess you won't want to do that. Anyway, I'm going to clean this place up. We've been on for a while. Look at my dirty hands. I see a lot of ladies, mostly ladies, who wear gloves when they're potting up stuff. And I understand, because some of this soil, you don't know where this soil has been. You don't know what it is. It's basically decomposed, hopefully leaves. Might be more than that. But I don't know. It doesn't bother me to get my hands dirty. I guess it should. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. It's Mike's Chaotic Garden. I'm happy I got it done, and I'm happy that I went out there and realized that they were laying down. Because I don't want to do this again. That's the main thing. I don't think I have time. In Texas, you only have a narrow window of time to plant tomatoes because it gets so hot here. If I waited until the last minute to get my tomato seedlings done, I wouldn't get any tomatoes. None. Because it's happened to me before, years ago. I just planted them, and I was like, oh, it's spring. I'm going to go ahead and plant my tomato seeds and normal time, right? I've even bought seedlings, and it got so hot, 106, 108, over 100, 99. 99 is okay, but over 100. The tomato plants, all of the flowers, the plant doesn't die. If you water it, it will not die, but it will not flower. And if it has any flowers, they'll all fall off. And if you don't have flowers, you don't get any tomatoes. So you're just watering a tomato plant. And tomato plants are not pretty if you don't have tomatoes on it. So that's why I do it so early. I started these, I think, in January. Wear gloves mostly because I don't want microbes up under my nails. I know. I have to take a pick and try to get it out. Sometimes the soil actually stains under my fingernails, and I have to soak my nails and do all kind of crazy stuff trying to get it out of there. So maybe I should start wearing gloves. I have gloves in the cabinet, surgical gloves. I think too hard sometimes. Yeah, well, you know what? Microbes. I'm not worried about the microbes, and I should be, because you get all kind of germs in your hands. But getting the dirt off of your hands is hard. Mike's Chaotic Garden. Those like vitamins, just absorb them, LOL. Not all microbes are good for you. Only some. I hope. Look at my hands. I hope. G Mama grows hard in the garden. Mike, no thanks. Texas Lala. And tomatoes start getting disease in the heat. Wait a minute. Texas Lala. And tomatoes start getting disease in the heat. Really aren't pretty. Yeah, they're not real. They aren't really pretty, but shade cloth and shaded areas can help. But in Texas, 8B, so not quite as hot. Oh. I'm in Austin. I'm in the south end of Austin, and it was horrible last year. It was horrible last year. You're probably a little bit north of me. 8B is not far. 8B is just on the other side of Austin. Round Rock, Pflugerville, Killeen, Jasper. I mean, I know the road up on 35, but y'all are, I mean, Dallas is colder than here. They don't have the same weather. And you know, people in the United States think that Texas is a normal state. It's not. Cece is over there in Houston. Her temperatures and her ecosystem is completely different than me in Austin versus David. I don't know where you are, Texas, Lala. Um, David is in Dallas. His temperatures are different than mine, and mine are different from hers, and hers are different from his. Nobody's temperature is the same in Texas. It's like being in another state. I say Austin area, and David's up there, you know, growing tomatoes, and he ain't got no problem. Or we had a drought down here, and oh, you're in North Texas, okay? So yeah, yeah. Down here, it's a little different. I mean, we didn't. If you check some of my videos from this summer, I had a wasp. I had wasps. It was so hot that the wasps were going into the chickens' water area, landing in there, laying flat on top of the water to cool off. That's how hot it was. And there was no water anywhere. People's foundations are cracking. I 3 houses, the next door neighbor, the one in front of me, 3 houses had foundation problems just in this small little vicinity. I didn't walk around, but I could hear jackhammers. Their foundations cracked because we didn't have any rain for about 3 months. And I'm serious about that. And the water company was threatening me because I was watering my house and I was watering the garden. They were saying I was using too much using too much water. G Mama grows hard in the garden. The weather is like that in Ohio. To everybody's climate is different, and we're in the same state. Yeah, especially Texas. Texas is so big. It's so big. So if I go down, and San Antonio is even different. It's different than Austin and San Antonio are an hour away. It's not that far. But if you go in the weather in Austin, if you get the weather in Austin, it's not going to be as the same as the weather in San Antonio. It's just not. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox. That's why I plant my tomatoes so early, because I'm trying to get a harvest as early as possible, because I know once that Texas heat hits, Central Texas heat hits, I'm not going to get any flowers and I'm not going to get any tomatoes. And I try not to plant determinate tomatoes, indeterminate, because determinate tomatoes only flower at a certain time. And shoot, if the heat knocks all the flowers off, I'm not going to get anything. Indeterminate, they're going to flower over and over again. That's why I plant what I plant. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I thank you guys for being with me. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all take care. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.